His name is Josh Ochs. Before I introduce him, how many of you have ever seen a Disney movie or seen something on the Disney Channel? Oh, excellent. Okay. You can put your hands down and turn your faces this direction. I need you to square up. Let's try this again. If you can hear me, clap once. Hear me, clap twice. Okay, at the end, you'll applaud for yourselves because you're going to do a very good job listening to Mr. Josh Ochs, who's here to talk to you about how to shine online. Josh, come on up.
Thanks. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Have fun.
Good morning. How are we doing today? Good. Great. Well, I'm excited and honored to get the chance to hang out with you for a few minutes today. My name is Josh Ochs. Today, I have a few promises for you, for all of you that are watching live in your classrooms, and for all of you that are live here in the room. I have a few promises. Today, in my eyes, you are all adults. So today, I will not be telling you what to do or what not to do. In fact, today I won't be telling you that social media is bad. Today, I'm going to tell you that it's very good, and I'm going to show you real examples you can either use or you can throw them out the window when you're done, but I think the examples are going to be powerful so that you, over the next few years, when you enter high school, and when you're applying to college, you can use these tools, these tips, and these examples to get yourself into your dream school and your dream career. How many of us know what our dream school might be someday? Anybody? Awesome. How many of us know what our dream major might be at that dream school? Great. And how many of us know what our dream career might be? Awesome. Now I'm looking for 4 volunteers, and if you raise your hand to any one of those questions, I'm looking for 4 people to bring up. Yes, young man right here. I'm looking for a couple more. Yes, right there in the Superman outfit. Come on up here and stand right there. Great. I'm looking for a few more. Yes, in the red in the back right there. Yes, come on up. In the red. Yep, come on up. If you have a red shirt on, come on up. And in the gray right there. Yep, come on up. All right, we've got 4 people up here. Now, if I can have your attention, if you can hear my voice, clap once. Thank you. Great. So today is all about you in the classroom and about you in the audience. I'm about to ask these people 2 very important questions, and I want you to ask yourself these 2 questions in your head as well. 1, what is my dream school? And if you don't know that, that's fine. Think about your dream career as well. These are the 2 questions we're asking. What's your dream school and your dream career? And if you don't have that in mind, that's fine. But the reason why we're doing this exercise is, before we can use the devices that we all have in our backpacks, the phones. How many of us have a phone that our parents may have given us? Most of the room. Now, before we use those devices, we need to decide where are we going to go. And then I'm going to show you how to get there. So our 2 questions for these awesome people up here. The first question is, what's your dream school? And the second one is, what is your dream career?
My dream school is Notre Dame, and my career would be, my dream career would be to be a famous all-star player.
All right, famous all-star player. Let's give a round of applause. All right, what is your dream school and your dream career? Nice and loud.
My dream school is Northview High School, and my career would be a doctor.
Awesome, round of applause for doctor. Those of you that are listening in your classroom as well, I want you to think about your dream school and your dream career as well. Okay, what is your dream school and your dream career?
My dream school is UCLA, and my job would probably be a math teacher.
All right, a math teacher. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, dream school and dream career.
My dream school is Louisiana State University, and my dream is to be a full-time softball player.
A full-time softball player. Let's give her a round of applause. Now let me ask all of you a question, and those of you that are in the classroom, I want you to, by a show of hands, everyone in the classroom right now and everyone in this room, how many of you, by a show of hands, think that their dream career or their dream college someday is going to find their current or future Instagram account? Who thinks they're going to find their Instagram account when they search for them online? Anybody? All right, most of the room. Terrific. Let's give them one more round of applause. Have a seat, guys. Thank you. Okay. Now, today, clap once if you can hear my voice. Fantastic, thank you. Today is all about you. But for just a moment, I'm going to need a favor from you. You see, today, long after I'm gone, and for everybody in the classroom right now, long after I'm gone, I'm going to need you to look out for those around you. So I'm going to ask you 4 special questions. Raise your hand if you have a younger sibling. Anybody in this room have a younger sibling? Terrific. All right. Hands down, please. Now I'm going to give you 4 questions to ask your younger sibling so that long after I'm gone, you're helping to protect them. If you do not have a younger sibling, if you did not raise your hand, then consider looking out for your best friends or your friends' siblings as well. And here's the 4 questions. Now, you're a lot wiser than the younger siblings that you have or your friends have. But I want to give you 4 questions you can ask them so that you can help to look out after them. Is that fair? Yes. Awesome, thank you. Now, question 1 I want you to ask them is, consider asking them, is it okay to share my password with my best friend? Now, what would your younger siblings say if they're less wiser than you? What would they say? What would you tell them because you're more wise? Probably not so good. Question 2, consider asking them, is it okay for me to talk with people online who my parents don't know? Now, what would they say because they have less wisdom than you? Yeah, and what would you say to them? All right. Now, are you guys ready for question 3? Thank you. Question 3, if I see bullying online and I click like or heart on that post, does that mean that I'm bullying also? Yeah. Now, what would the younger siblings say if they didn't know? They might not know, but what would you tell them? It might mean that you're bullying also because people that see that you like that post might feel bad, right? And then the last question. Consider asking younger sibling, if I see something bad online, who should I tell? Should I tell my parents, my teacher, the principal, or should I tell Buddy the elf? All right. Now, remember to remind your younger sibling, because they may not know, remind them that the people in the green box are here to help you. The people in the green box you can go to if anything goes wrong. They might not know, and that's your job to look out for them. Or if you know Buddy the Elf, you can go to him as well. We're going to talk about Buddy the Elf here in a few minutes. Now today is about you. We talked a little bit about your younger sibling. We decided where you want to go someday with your career or your college. But now I want to teach you 4 baby quick chapters, little tiny nuggets that we teach to some of the world's biggest brands and also to high schoolers. Your principal told me, hey, can you teach the high school techniques to these middle schoolers? I have some of the smartest middle schoolers out there. Will you bring that content here? And I said, awesome. So he thinks so much of you. I want to teach you today. First, how to search for yourself on Google. How colleges will someday do that, so you will learn today exactly how they'll see you online. Next, I'm going to show you some positive ways when your parents are ready for you to be on Instagram. I'm going to show you some positive ways to be yourself and also shine online on Instagram. And next, we're going to search for 4 celebrities together, and we're going to see if they're going to get into their dream school. And last, I'm going to show you somebody that lost a dream opportunity, and they got fired because of just one post online. Now remember, you're all adults in my eyes, so I'm going to give you these examples. Hopefully you'll be able to use them in a positive way and look out for those around you. Now, first of all, I got my start at Walt Disney Studios many years ago, learning from the smartest marketers, something that I didn't think that I would learn. You see, we all know that they make movies and all kinds of incredible products and theme parks. But did you also know that they spend an equal amount of time marketing those products to us? You see, if we didn't know about the latest movie or new product, or the Star Wars land that's at Disneyland that's happening soon, if we didn't know about that, we probably wouldn't go to the theater and buy the product. But they taught me that it takes a lot of effort to make sure that not only after you build a great product, that you market it. The same is true for you. You could be the very best candidate for your dream school. You could be going to this wonderful school and the next high school after this. But if you don't know how to market yourself, then maybe that dream school won't know that you're the right candidate for their community. Now, I took these techniques and I ran for, here in Southern California, I ran for public office. I was the youngest person on the ballot. Here's me voting for myself on the day of the election. I was very nervous. You see, I was half the age of everyone else. I had zero money. I was very poor. But I did know that one of the things that I could do, there was something I could do that none of the other candidates could do. I knew that as the youngest person on the ballot, people would see my bicycle, because I was so poor, we had signs on bicycles all over the city. They'd see my sign on a house, or they see my sign on my friends' bikes. And I knew they would say one thing. They'd say, this guy seems really positive. He knocked on more doors than anyone else. I like the picture of him with his dog on his brochure, but I want to learn more about him. And I knew that they would go to Google. I knew that as the youngest person on the ballot, I understood Google and the internet better than anyone else. All the other candidates were looking into older ways to do things, and I understood the future, which is my resume was on Google. And everything I did on social media, on Instagram, on Snapchat, and everything else would end up on Google. So I used that to my advantage. I knew that people could only vote for really one person, and that they wanted to vote for me, but they wanted a little bit more, and they wanted to go to Google. But guess what? The same is true for you. It turns out your dream school only has a few yeses they can give. UCLA, 2 years ago, had 100,000 people apply to their school. Do you think they can let 100,000 people in? No. So they have some amazing stacks of applications, and I want all of you to be in that for your dream school. And then they have to do a preliminary just background check, like, is this person really the person that they say they are? Because we can only let in so many. And they're going to search for you online. Today I'm going to show you how you can take your Google results and build a positive portfolio with your parents' permission. And I'm going to show you how I did that. Now, I ended up losing in my race. I lost by a few hundred votes to the mayor, to the person who was already mayor, who's a good friend of mine. But I got a call after that and from a big brand, and they said, we're sorry that you lost, but we would like you to fly to our city and train us how to run social media in a positive way that you did that. Now I get the chance to travel all over the country teaching some of the world's biggest brands and high school and middle school students how to use their Google results in a positive way. And today I'm going to show you exactly that. So I want to show you exactly how colleges are going to search for you online. Now, how many of you have searched for yourself online the last few months? Anybody? And by a show of hands, all of you in the classroom, raise your hands so your teachers can see. How many of you have searched for yourself? How many of you have searched for your parents in the last few months? All right, hands down. How many of you have ever searched for one of the staff members at this school? Oh, so many hands, so sneaky. All right, hands down. I want to teach you the 4 ways that colleges are going to search for you. I want to show you exactly what colleges are going to do. Now, they're going to use the tool that we all have in our backpacks. They're going to use Google. They're going to use, actually, they won't use a mobile device like we have. They're going to use a laptop or a desktop, but you can use the same free tool that's in your backpack. The first thing they're going to do is search for your first name and last name. And in my case, it's Josh Ochs. Here's what this tells Google. Hey, Google, we are a college, and we have all these great applications of all these great students, but we can't let them all in. Google, I want you to scour the internet, your billions of web pages that you have in your database. Please go search for these 2 keywords, this candidate. Google, I want you to bring back the top 10 authoritative, based on your best guess, the top 10 links, and put them on the first page of Google. Now, when people search for Josh Ochs, do you think they're going to find a few other people? Yeah. How many of you, by a show of hands, how many of you found a few other people? Most of the room. The next thing they're going to do is they're going to get frustrated, and they're going to search for first name and last name in quotes. Now, this is what this tells Google. Google, in that first search, I said, go scour the internet and find Josh and Ochs anywhere on the page in any order. And Google, on some of the pages, you found Ochs at the top and Josh at the bottom. Google, that wasn't of great help to me because I found all these other people. Google, now I want you to find the word Josh plus a space plus the word Ochs. In that order, I want that key phrase. It could be at the top or the bottom. But Google, now I want to hone in on this candidate. And now that's what they're going to do. They're going to start to find Josh Ochs's. The next thing, if they find a bunch of celebrities under the same name, is they're going to search for first name plus last name plus city, the city that we're applying from. And next, they're going to search for first name and last name plus school, the school that we're applying from. And they're going to start to connect your application with all the awesome achievements that you have, both online and offline. Okay, let's take a look at my Google results real quick. We have me without quotes and me with quotes. Oh, but look at that along the bottom. Look, that's my Twitter profile. You can rifle through and scroll through my tweets on the front of Google. But guess what? Eventually it won't just be my Twitter account up there. It'll be my Snapchat and my Instagram, and that's because a lot of these networks are working with Google to put your content on the front. Now, let's go old school and let's search for me online. In the search box, you see Josh Ochs without quotes. Along the top, you see my personal website. Then you see my Twitter, and then my LinkedIn, and then you see images. What do you think a college is going to click on first? Oh, let's go be judgy and choosy. Let's go see if Josh is going to get into his dream school. Now, the first image that we have up here is me with a check with a professional person in a tie in front of a fire engine. Now, that's not my check, that's not my money, but when I was running for public office, I overheard an organization say, we want to donate some money to a local fire department. And I said, well, our fire department needs money. We need one of those devices, one of those defibrillator devices that when in the movies, they shock someone's heart back to life and they yell, clear! And so I connected the two organizations. And a couple weeks later, they called me. And they said, hey, we actually made the donation based on your suggestion. Would you like to be in that photo since you orchestrated this? And I said, that would be great. So that photo ends up coming up in my Google results, which is a good story. Next, me on the day of the election in the rain, and me teaching a college class, and me with a dog, and then, why is there a baby dressed as Harry Potter in my Google results? Is that in line with the story that I'm trying to tell my dream school? Is that in line with telling them how great of a leader I'm going to be on their campus? Oh, Josh, you don't understand. Josh, they're going to click on the most noble photo. They're going to click on the photo where maybe, to this day, you're helping to save lives because of something your friends and you orchestrated. Do you guys think that's how adults actually work? No, they're going to look at my Google results and they're going to go, what is that? And they're going to wonder, what is this weird photo? And that's what today is all about. Today is not about telling you what not to do. Today is about how can we take your Google results and turn them into a positive resume someday so you are putting your best foot forward. And how do we look for those weirdest photos and see how we can remove them? At the end of today, I'm going to teach you how to remove those photos. Now, we talked about how to search for you online. Now let's talk about Instagram. Who's on Instagram? All right. And who is on Snapchat? And who is frustrated with the new Snapchat update? Aha, got your attention. All right, hands down, please. Now, colleges are going to say, hey, do you want to save us some time? And the opportunity to save them some time is when you're applying to your dream school. If you feel comfortable giving them your username, then you're going to be a little bit ahead of everybody else. And that's because they're going to say, if you just show us who you are, even if it's silly or self-deprecating or fun or vibrant, we want to get to know you. And if we can't find you, we'll put you in the maybe stack. So if you want to save them time, consider someday being online in a way that you would be proud of your dream school seeing you. Now, I want to talk to you about how to use the things that you're already doing to create a portfolio of positive images. Today is not about being fake online. What I'm about to show you, please do not use it in a fake way. Please do not see it as if I'm telling you to volunteer to impress others. What I'm doing is I want to show you how to use the things you're already doing to build that resume, to market you online for the future. Now, how many of you volunteer or have volunteered in the last few years? Anybody? All right, several of us. You could volunteer anywhere. You could be an animal shelter, hospital, senior home, Red Cross. It could be Habitat for Humanity. Or you could get busy and just walk a neighbor's dog. But while you're doing that, consider taking a classy group photo with your friends. It could be a few silly ones, but take a classy one as well, and then put whatever you want in the message below. But if you need an idea, if you want to know what colleges really, really, really like, is they love it when you tell a story. They love it when you explain what's happening in that photo. Consider saying thank you to this organization, or thank you to my friends that joined me for this activity. Or make fun of yourself a little bit. Colleges are fine with that. Hey, today I tripped and fell while we were building a house for this family, and that's why I'm muddy in the photo. But thank you to all these people that helped us do this, this, and this. Now, what does that look like? Well, here's my friend Camille on the far left. Camille works at the world's largest digital ad agency. She helps some of the world's biggest brands to shine online. She knows the same is true for her. So on her Instagram, she says, thank you to my friends for inviting me to join them at this Dodgers game. Next, on the far right, is Rich. Now, Rich DeMuro is a nationally syndicated TV talk show host. He's based here in LA at KTLA Channel 5. Now, Rich, on the far right, knows that he can make it all about himself sometimes, but instead of just taking selfies, Rich makes it about others sometimes. He'll put other people in photos and talk about a project. Here's him saying thank you to Shelter Hope Pet Shop for letting us share some of our tech tips with you. Here's what this tells colleges. This says, hey, on your campus, I'm going to be a little bit less about myself and more about bringing people together, doing awesome stuff. Yes, I'm vibrant, I'm fun, and no, I'm not fake, but this is how I will behave on your campus. Next, on the far right is my friend Lisa. Now, Lisa works at Disneyland, the theme park. She does some amazing PR stuff for them, but she knows that also she needs to shine online as well. Sometimes she makes it a little bit less about herself. Yes, she's silly, she rides and has a good time. But she also says thank you to my team at Disneyland for all that they do to make dreams come true. She makes it a little bit less about herself and brings other people together. And next and last is Miss Utah on the left. Her name is Kelsey. Kelsey knows that every time the camera comes out, it's a chance for her to reach tens of thousands of people. So every once in a while, she makes it a little bit less about herself and says, thank you to my friends who supported me over the last year in the Miss America pageant. Now, by no means are these people fake. They are dynamic, they're fun, but they're putting their best foot forward in the message box, telling a story about who helped them, what happened, and so on. Now, we've looked at how to search for you online. We've looked at some positive ways to be on Instagram in a way that you already are. Now, let's go search for 4 celebrities. Now, a lot of adults will say, what does your online brand say about you? But I have a little bit of a secret. You see, the word brand, even though I worked in brand marketing at Disney, the word brand is a very vague term. So I came up with a little formula that colleges seem to like. You see, what colleges are really saying is be yourself. We want to see the vibrant you. But know that when you step foot on our campus, if you want to come to our school, you're going to need to be full of positivity and gratitude. And that means they're going to look at our social media accounts and they're going to say, does this person's past performance, is that a predictor of their future behavior? And if they see somebody full of positivity and gratitude, perhaps that's a great thing. Next, we're going to look at Ellen Degeneres. We're going to look at Buddy the Elf. How many of you have seen Star Wars? All right, we're going to take a look at Finn. How many of you have seen Stranger Things? Oh, we got the right school. Your principal was so right. All right, we're going to take a look at 11. Okay, now, we're going to look, clap once if you can hear my voice. Thank you. Now, we're going to look at all these people on Google, and we're going to ask ourselves, are these people going to get into their dream school? Now, this doesn't need to be your dream school, but we're going to insert whatever you feel is the right fit, okay? Now, first, we're looking at Ellen Degeneres. All of you in the classroom, I'm going to highlight what we're looking at. We're looking at Ellen's Google results, and the first result up there is Ellen's website. So we have ellentv.com. Now, if you look just below that, do you see how you can see Ellen's Twitter profile? You can scroll through her tweets. You can look at her latest tweets and see what she's posting. Ellen knows, though, that eventually this will also be her Instagram account and her Snapchat up there. So she knows that everything is going to be her dynamic footprint on Google, and that's because Google's making deals with a lot of different people to put who you are on the front page of your Google results. Now, in the upper right, we have her images. Let's go take a look at her on Google Images. So we have her smiling. Now, remember, your dream school is not going to know what you look like. So let's take a look at Ellen. If we don't know what she looks like, well, this is very consistent. She's having fun. She's smiling. She's being silly. And then, is that Ellen? No. For those of you that are in the classroom, that's Kanye West, her friend. But Ellen has done a great job of putting her best foot forward, smiling, right? Next, let's take a look now at Buddy the Elf. So we have his Wikipedia, his IMDb. Is that Buddy the Elf doing the splits over there? Let's go take a look at his images results. So we have him doing the splits, and we have him smiling, right? And then we have him, okay, he's saying Santa, I know him, right? Now let's scroll down a little bit more. Is that him? Is that Buddy? Is that him with all the hair? Is that him with no hair? Who's that? And does he know that somebody took a Snapchat video of him, of him taking a shower, and put it online, right? Now, here's the moral of the story today. If you are the most amazing candidate, which I have a feeling, based on what your principal said about all of you, you guys are incredible. I want your awesome story of you as a candidate to make sure that gets out there. And we need to ask ourselves, do these 3 photos take away from how awesome of a resume of a candidate that you are? Now, second to last, we've got Finn from Star Wars. Up at the top, we have his Wikipedia, and then his Wikipedia, and then StarWars.com. But let's go look at his images. So along the top, we have buttons that talk about what other people have searched for. And then we have him, doing his awesome stuff, and him as a stormtrooper. We scroll down, and we're looking at what's that? Why is there a picture of BB-8 with somebody's arm sticking out, right? Now, that might be him at Halloween, pretending like he's BB-8, or it might be somebody else. But the question is, does that take away from the story he's trying to tell on Google? Now, last, let's take a look at 11. Now, if we do something very, very positive online, clap once if you can hear my voice. Thank you. If we do something very positive online, it will turn into news. And if we do something very, very negative online, it will turn into news. You see, Google will change if something big happens in our life, and it will become a news story. Look up there on the screen. It says news top stories. So somebody impersonated 11 on Saturday Night Live, and it changed. It turned into a video system. Now, on the front page of Google, you can see videos. Now, in the upper right, you see her photos. Let's go take a look at her photos. We have her from season 1 at the top and season 2 at the bottom. We scroll down and we have it. Why is Justin Bieber on her Google results? Now, the moral of this story is, are there photos that show up that could detract from how awesome of a candidate that 11 is, right? And today I'm going to show you how do we get rid of those Justin Biebers in our Google results. Well, 3 ways to remove babies dressed as Harry Potter and Justin Biebers from our Google results. Question 1, first thing, did you post that photo or that link or that image? If so, you can take it down quickly and it should be gone in 1 or 2 days in your Google results. Question 2, did your friend post it that you know at school? If so, you can ask them to take it down and it'll be gone in a few days. You can say, hey, do you mind taking this down? I want to apply to college, and we have a lot of other photos up together. Send them the link, and they'll know which one to take it down. Next, did someone with your same name post it that maybe you don't know? Maybe they're a celebrity with your same name or something else. If so, post positive photos and videos to move their bad image or their bad post down to page 2, 3, or 4 of Google. And that's going to help you to shine on page 1. And everything I've shown you today is how to be your authentic self. So step 3 allows you to post good things online. Can I get a thumbs up if we're on the same page? Are we on the same page? Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you. Now, Josh, what if I don't like my Google results? All the stuff you've told me is helpful, but what if I'm not happy with the results that I have? Well, I have a technique that I use often, and when I'm at an event, I volunteer my phone, and I hand it to an innocent bystander that looks like they won't run away with it, and I say to them, hey, would you mind taking a photo of my friends and I? My friends and I will be silly in one, and we'll be serious in one, but can you take a few photos? And then at the end of the event, who's the one with the pictures in their phone? Is it my friends or me? It's me, right? And then in the upper left, I can say, all right, that one's silly, but Steve wanted that one. I'll text it to him privately. This one's kind of dorky, but Suzanne wanted that. I'll text that to her. This one on the bottom right looks like a wild party, and that wasn't a wild party, but the picture made it look very different than it was. I think that I'll keep that one to myself because I don't want my dream school seeing that. So I'll either delete it or keep it to myself. But the one in the upper right, the one where I look amazing in my little tiara in the middle, and my friends look incredible around me, that's the one that I'm okay with leaking onto Google. That's the one that I'm okay with being on my new resume, which is my online presence that people can search for. And that's the one that in turn I'm going to share on Instagram and everywhere else to show colleges that I'm not boring, that I'm vibrant, and that I will have a lot of fun on their campus, and I'm going to bring people together and be very social. Now, we've talked about a lot. Now I want to teach you, because you're all adults in my eyes, how to lose a dream opportunity with just one tweet. Now I want to talk to you really quickly about the company. I don't get paid by this firm. How many of you have ever heard of this company? Great. One of your high schools works with them. Now, I don't get paid by them. It's not product placement, and I'm not endorsing them, but I think that this is a great example. You see, when you graduate from college, if you want to meet new people, this gives you 72,000 chances to make new friends. Next, in 65 plus countries, so you get to learn new languages and see new cultures. And last, over 300 million of TV homes are powered using their technology. But I want to tell you how someone lost an opportunity here. You see, this person applied online. They saw that they just finished college. They saw that this organization was interviewing. And so she applied. She filled out, she copied and pasted her resume and clicked submit. She got the opportunity then to interview there, and she did really well. She got a call a couple weeks later, and they said, "We loved your interview, we loved your resume, we'd like to offer you a job. We'd like to offer you the chance to join our family here at Cisco. We'd like to offer you perhaps an iPhone or an Android, salary benefits, and all these other neat things." They said, would you like to join us? And she said, "I'd love to." She hung up the phone, and what do you guys think she did next? She went to Twitter. Here's the exact tweet that she sent. She said, "Cisco just offered me a job. Now I have to weigh the fat paycheck against the daily commute and hating the work." Now let me ask you this. If UCLA said no to 5,000 other people, but they said yes to you, is that generous? Probably pretty cool. All right, that makes me feel pretty great. If USC, or let's say Disney Studios, says no to everybody else, but they say yes to you, is that generous? Probably pretty generous, right? Now, if this company says no to everyone else, but they say yes to this person, this candidate, and they go and tweet like this young woman goes and tweets like this, how does it make the company feel? Probably not so good, right? Now, another one of the employees saw this, and they don't work for her, and they don't work in that division, but they appreciate the company, and they appreciate, and they're gracious, they feel privileged to get the chance to work there. So they responded in this way. They said, "Who is the hiring manager? I'm sure they would love to know that you will hate the work. We here at Cisco are versed in the web. Essentially, we're good at the internet. We power servers that power Twitter. It's not that hard for us to use Twitter, right?" Now, do you guys think that she got this job? No. Yeah, you should be saying, whoa, Josh, you're being way too hard on this young woman. You said that she went to a great college, she interviews well. Josh, she could go interview anywhere else. You're being hard on her, and you're using this as a very bad example. Perhaps she could interview at the next place. But do you think the next company that she interviews at, do you think they're going to search for her on the internet? Yes. Here's what they're going to find. They're going to find this is the #1 way to teach people how to get fired with just one post. They're going to find that this incident was picked up and very negatively written about by CNN, ABC News, NBC News, Huffington Post, and more. And now all of these journalists, instead, when you Google this young woman, when you search for this young woman online, instead of finding her Instagram and all these other positive things, her Twitter profile, all these things she can control and be positive and full of gratitude, instead of finding that, now when you search for her online, all of these journalists end up on the first 4 pages of her Google results. So now you see somebody that is very not positive, that is very not full of gratitude, because all these journalists are writing about how she got fired with just one post. Now, the world is not easy, and there'll be people that are a little bit mean to us sometimes, but here's one of the things I ask myself before I respond on Instagram or in an email. Josh, is this light? Is it positive? Is it fun? If it is, check. Josh, is this bright? Be smart. Think first. Are you going to lose a dream opportunity with just one post? If it's bright, then check. And last, Josh, is this polite? Are you proud of it ending up on a billboard for thousands of people to see? If it is, then it's light, bright, and polite. All right, guys, consider today, please, searching for yourself on Google and seeing what you find. Teach your parents what I taught you. Next, use your Instagram as a portfolio and a resume. And then last, take a group photo and share it on social media. Try this out with your parents' permission. I'm Josh Ochs. Thanks for coming out, guys. Have a great day.
Once again from Josh Ochs, everyone take a seat. We're not the
Thank you.
Once again from Josh Ochs, let's hear it.
Thank you.
Well done, Patton. Mr. Picola is headed towards the door. Mr. Picola's class, please stand and follow him. Until I have called you class, please take a seat.